If Israel's blockade of Gaza is so severe, how can Hamas shoot 11,000 rockets into Israel? I guess Iranian intelligence is more competent at finding holes in the blockade than your average civilian. The rockets are extremely rudimentary. Some rockets are made on site, repurposing civilian aid, notably using water pipes and sugar-based fuel. The primary concern of Hamas is violence against Israel. Everything else, including the lives and welfare of Gazans, are fuel for that purpose. So basically 100% of their economy, including all import, was Hamas smuggling weapons or cover for this. They are very crafty with the ingredients they use. For example, they used to use sugar to make rocket fuel, so that was banned. So they then switched over to flour. Banning things can make creating rockets harder, but there are workarounds to making the bare minimum components required. Update, meant to say flour, not bleach. They use a lot of DIY rockets, and a recent report showed that they repurpose and use a lot of Israeli rockets and munitions that fail to detonate. Fire from a school or hospital to frustrate your enemy and jeopardize civilian infrastructure all at once. Hamas steals the aid that's entered into their state, so not much is left to civilians, but the blockade isn't enough to stop all weapon smuggling, especially when they are being supplied countries. Hamas doesn't care about civilians in Palestine or Israel, so they hide behind Palestinians until it's time to roll out the rockets. Priorities. When death of Israelis is more dear to the leader's heart than life of their own population. Smuggling. The Hamas government uses aid money and material for the rockets, leaving the people sole. There's also the tunnels for smuggling. Where does the 11K number come from? This isn't a stupid question, but it's a stupid place to ask this question. But that's kind of the point of the opposition to the war. Israel are saying they are destroying Hamas and blockading them. But Hamas have everything they need still, and most of their command and control structure is intact. So yeah, exactly, if all this violence against the civilian population is to destroy Hamas, why are Hamas still strong? The answer is that Israeli actions aren't effective counter-terrorism actions. America already learned this lesson in the Middle East. 1. Some rockets are house-made humanitarian aid, such as water pipes, are turned to rockets. 2. Tunnels between Egypt and Gaza, which will be destroyed once Israel finishes the job in Rafah. 3. General smuggling of weapons through the different crossings, probably with Egypt, as I do believe Israel thoroughly checked trucks going into Gaza from within Israel, which might be incorrect, as before October 7th Israel basically had a policy that says that if Hamas prospers it might let go of it need to destroy all Jews, which blew up in its face. In this sub, people talking about shit they have no idea about. No critical thinking allowed. The makeshift rockets are often improvised from regular construction materials and farming chemicals materials that are generally allowed in. For example, sugar and fertilizer are a key component of the rocket fuel, while the body of the rocket itself is often made of pipes. Further, there's a huge amount of smuggling between the Egyptian and Gaza border through tunnels running underneath, which enables them to get access to materials they otherwise wouldn't have access to.